Hey, welcome to I'm Not a Fan Unless I Have a Podcast. I'm John Hanford, and this is the second video episode and 15th overall. But it's the second video episode, and I'm based in North America, as you could probably tell with my accent, um, or lack thereof. um, so I had a South American guest on last pod, and this one I said, to hell with North America, we're gonna go down under, and so I got we got Tom down in Sydney, and he's a very new Gizzhead, so it's fun to talk to somebody who's like this is really fresh for him still. You might think he's seasoned and everything, but no, you discover new shit about King Gizzard all the fucking time. I've been a fan, I've been a diehard fan of them for almost 3 years now. So it's and I always learn new shit about them. That's I love learning. I fucking love learning, and the more I learn, the happier I am. So okay, so here's the deal. I got really stoned just now, and I didn't mean to. I typically record the intros to these podcast episodes immediately after I do the pod, for continuity, so that number one, I'm wearing the same shirt and the hair is roughly the same, and because anyway, so I. Well, and the reason I like to do that is because I want to sort of know what the vibe of I think you guys should know what the vibe of the conversation is going to be before we get into it, and yeah, so that's why I like to record the intros after I do the episodes. However, because it is 12:30 a.m. right now. Since I had to do this episode, we're working with a 17-hour time difference, so it's 5 p.m. It was 5 p.m. when we recorded, and yeah, this is not the easiest thing to do while high, because I'm just looking at myself in my camera, and it's just look, there's my face talking right back to me. Marijuana is really fun, and I fucking love doing this podcast. So to be doing this podcast in the state is quite a trip. Right. So the reason I got high is because, like I said, 12:30 a.m. I need to go to sleep, and this was a really fun, invigorating conversation. Also, doesn't quite help that I did have a cup a quarter cup of coffee just beforehand, and hey, I'm a lightweight, what can I say? I'm fucking buzzed with that caffeine, and so yeah, I'm also high now, very, very high, to counteract that effect. And yeah, so I do feel like on this podcast, and maybe this is just a weed paranoia, I feel like on this podcast, I was pretty fucking talkative. So this is a very fitting intro, just a rambling, incoherent mess, basically to set the expectations low for me during this episode. And you'll probably find it's not really that bad. It's just me being self-conscious and harping on my own insecurities while I'm really fucking baked. And we're in quarantine. I think it's okay to have one of these nights every now and again, to display this kind of the side of me. Yeah, my stoned side is an interesting, weird, sometimes very harsh sounding side, and I'm glad that it's out there. That means I'm doing an okay job with the self-love, and try to maintain a good mentality throughout this quarantine, because holy fuck, I am going nuts. I could really use a foot massage. I mean, this is I've got cotton mouth real bad, so I said foot massage really weird. I don't think I'm gonna do this stoned again. I think you guys like the sober me better because I like the sober me better. I'm gonna go get some sleep. You guys enjoyed this episode. All right, so yeah, we're recording now. Thanks for being on the podcast, man.
No worries.
Yeah, dude, these Australian podcasts that I'm doing now are like some of my favorite because like they require me to stay up late, and by the end of the day, I'm just loopy as hell, just like super, super fluid and with it. So we go down some fun tangents and shit. So yeah, man.
Nice.
So where in Australia are you?
I'm from Sydney, about like northwest part of Sydney, so like still considered in Sydney. So,
cool. So that's like on the other side of the country from Melbourne, right?
No, it's still on the east coast. Melbourne's kind of like on the southeast, and Sydney is like east coast. So yeah. So think about where on the like US map where Florida is. That's like Melbourne, and like New York area is kind of like Sydney.
Oh, okay, cool.
I think.
Wait, so
I don't know.
so is it Perth that's on the west coast?
Yeah, Perth's on the west coast.
I get those three cities like mixed up with the geography.
Okay.
So
yeah,
I'm getting better, but
that's good.
Yeah, man. So so yeah, like how did you first get into King Giz?
Okay, so it's kind of a weird story. So I'm pretty much a new fan of Giz. I only found out about them like end of last year. I found out about them, so relatively new. So the reason I found out about them was I was going to this festival called Laneway, which is in Sydney, with one of my mates, and the main reason I wanted to go was because there's a rapper named Jid going, and I'm primarily a rap fan, but King Giz is just so amazing that I love him. So I saw King Gizzhead and the Lizard Wizard on this festival lineup, and I was like, what the fuck is that? Like, surely that's not a real name. So I looked it up. I think the first song that I heard was Planet B, I think. I don't know. And I was like blown away instantly. Because I do love rock music, like Red Hot Chili Peppers. I used to love them so much. Nirvana, Foo Fighters, like a whole bunch of different bands. But I was always like, I don't really know any rock bands like recently that are good. And then I found Giz from that. And then, I saw them live, but it was a really weird experience.
So I mean, this does sound like a really fucking weird story. Like this is so cool. Like, because number one, rap fan that just appreciates rock. It's interesting that King Giz would be like a stepping stone from Red Hot Chili Peppers or whatever. But yeah. So but then also like the fact that you then saw them live, like that does change the game completely. Yeah. I definitely became more of a fan when I saw them for the first time. Yeah, so you saw him at Laneway, like that was a great gig. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I saw a bit of footage from the Brisbane show. That was the first show. Then I was like, oh fucking oath, like I'm so keen to see Giz live. And then they were kind of towards the endish of the night. It was about, I don't know what time it was, but it started pissing down rain, like nothing you'd ever seen. And I didn't really know a lot of their music at this point. So I only knew like some of the songs, like most of the recent stuff, like Infest the Rat's Nest. That album, I love that album.
Yeah.
And then the first song they played was Lord of Lightning, and then it just started like the storm just got so much more intense. It started raining so much, and it definitely wasn't the best experience, but I really want to see them again live because I was just drenched the whole time, and it was like being in a washing machine, like
Oh yeah.
crazy intense. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's those outdoor shows are just some of the, like, just with the ones with all the bad weather, like that's such
Yeah.
a crazy experience. Like the music can actually really
Yeah.
enhance it and vice versa. Um,
Yeah.
like, yeah, what was it? Like a year ago almost, I saw Krungbin. Are you familiar with them?
No, not really.
Oh,
Are
dude,
they Australian?
if no, they're American, but
Okay.
they're also a
Oh,
site group. They're the three
yeah. I
piece
think
out of
I've heard of them
Houston.
before.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, you've probably heard some of their songs. But yeah, like they've got their drummer who's a rap DJ,
Oh, wow.
as well as
Yeah.
doing that shit. Yeah. So I saw them play in New York, and
Mm.
it just like skies just opened up, and like
Yeah. Just
the
rain.
rain in New York is weird because it like you can see it coming from, feet away. Like you just see this
Yeah.
huge like sheet of rain, and then yeah, so like the band saw that, they saw the wetness just coming at them basically and just
Oh,
drenching like
wow.
row by row of people. So I'm in the front row and I'm also on acid. So like I'm looking at what they're looking at, because they just stopped playing for like maybe 5 seconds and just looked
Mm.
as the as the rain just
As the
came.
rain
Just
comes.
yeah,
Yeah.
because like they were just as mesmerized by the rain as we were by them. And
Yeah.
yeah, it was just such a cool moment, because like once everybody was soaked, then they just started playing again, and just like,
Yeah.
yeah, they did like a half hour encore too.
What? That's
So
crazy.
I mean, it felt like a half hour. I was on acid, don't remember quite,
Yeah.
but
It's probably 2 minutes.
but yeah, man,
Yeah. Wow.
but it was just like that one experience just with rain made me realize, like,
Yeah.
okay, I kind of get why outdoor shows are so much fun. Like it was a bit of an adrenaline
Yeah.
rush just getting soaked like
Yeah. It's really
that.
fun. Are you familiar with psychedelic porn crumpets?
Oh yeah,
They're
yeah.
also they were at that festival as well, and they were fucking sick. Like I love them so much.
It seems like you guys just have like the best fucking festivals. Like, like
Yeah.
in America we have them, but like they're generally way too expensive. Um,
Yeah. I've
so
seen that.
it's like, uh, so like I live in Southern California where Coachella is.
Oh
That's
yeah, that must
that's
be
like an
so
hour away
expensive.
from me. Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Mm.
like I think a day pass was like $300. It's just like I'm not doing that shit. So
Yeah.
like, so I wasn't
It's
gonna get
pretty
tickets to
expensive.
see Giz there, but I
Yeah. You got.
I was gonna go to the marathon shows and
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
Red Rocks and stuff.
Mm.
But yeah, man, it was uh yeah. I think your festivals are better. That was the point.
Yeah. I've seen. I don't know if you're familiar with Rolling Loud. It's like a rap festival. They came to Sydney for one show, but the lineups in America is like every single artist in the fucking industry is like just on this one festival. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, I
But
mean, we definitely have our, our specialty festivals and everything, but
yeah.
like, and like, we have that with Desert Days, which is a pretty sick psychedelic festival.
Oh,
That's
okay.
out here, but yeah, Giz played there a couple times, 2016 and then 2018.
Okay.
But I wasn't living out here yet, so I didn't get to see
Yeah.
it. But
Mm.
but yeah, Coachella. When I saw them on that lineup, I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not going. But
Yeah.
but yeah, it is weird to like go to see them like 20 hours away from where I live instead of just 1 hour away. It's bizarre.
Wow.
Uh,
So
but
how many times have you seen them live?
I've
Like,
seen them live
really?
5 times.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's yeah, so 5 times in the last 3 years. So I saw him
Okay.
twice in 2018, and then yeah, and then 3 times last year. So I guess that is a lot, but
yeah.
Yeah, I just got lucky with where I was and where they happened to be. But yeah, like it's so weird because like I've seen them 5 times and it still doesn't feel like enough.
Yeah, because they have so much music, like 15 studio albums. That's crazy.
Yeah, and plus an EP, which is basically the same length as a studio album. So it's like that's the main reason I wanted to go or that I bought tickets to the marathon shows. It's like I wanted to see,
because they play heaps.
Yeah, I wanted to see like all of it, and I wanted to, and like you just know that they're going to do something different with it. You know, like typically, like now that I've seen them 5 times, I sort of know, you know, what songs they like to play. You know, with each other, they arrange these suites, and you know, but like I know for the, I have a feeling that for the marathon shows, they were going to do something like just assemble different suites. And, you know, maybe play an entire B-side or something, you know, just all the way through. Like if they did the entire B-side of I'm in Your Mind Fuzz, just from Am I in Heaven to Slow Jam 2.
I literally was just listening to that album when I was on the bus.
Yeah.
That's such a good album. Yeah.
It's great. It's
yeah.
Yeah.
Have they ever?
No, go ahead.
Have they ever played like a whole album through live? Like, have they ever done Nonagon all the way through?
I don't know that they have. I don't think they have. Other than Infest the Rat's Nest in Portland last year.
Oh, they played it all the way through.
Yeah, because they played Portland on the day that the album came out, so it was like it was just really cool. Which like I had a chance to go to that show and I didn't, which whatever. But I went to the show the next night in Seattle, so that was cool.
Okay.
But so you just heard about them like because they're playing because they're playing Laneway or was so it was just like that name just kind of popped out at you. You're just like, the fuck is this? And
pretty much.
And so because Laneway was around like when last year, like October or November?
It was this year on February 2nd, but the lineup came out about like November, I think. So that was when I started listening. Yeah.
I got you. Yeah. So so I mean that's nuts. It's so cool that like you're such a recent fan. So like have you gotten around to listening to all of their albums?
Oh, yeah. I've probably listened to every album like more than 20 times.
Wow, that's impressive, man. Like, because like for me, it was hard to get into a few of their albums, like right off the bat.
I feel like Eyes Like the Sky is the only one that I haven't really gotten into listening properly yet, as in like enjoying it while I'm listening the whole way through. But everything else is definitely a good listen.
Eyes Like the Sky is I mean, I just love that style of guitar playing and just, you know, that surf spaghetti western sound. Like I really like that. And I just can't get over how good the music is, because to the point where like I can't really follow the story like just as it's being read. But I just like I think I still just love it more for the aesthetic than for the story itself, just because like I can't put it together. like I think I would need to read it myself in order to actually get what's going on.
Have the lyrics.
But like it's so that one, I mean, I love putting it on. Like I have it on vinyl, so I'll just throw that on the morning sometimes when I'm making breakfast or some shit. But so have your friends gotten into King Giz at all, or
no?
This is just kind of a solo venture.
Pretty much. I have this one friend who she's into them a lot, but she's pretty much the only friend that likes them at all. Like I showed the other night, I had some friends over and I played Planet B, and then they were like, "What the fuck?" Like they're not really into that type of music, so it's all right. So
I mean, like usually I don't play stuff right off Infest the Rat's Nest when I'm like,
that probably scared them off a little bit.
Yeah, no, like I've like when I showed Giz to my my best friend's girlfriend, like we were going for a hike, and I was like, yeah, this is my favorite band. So of course I put on Paper Mache Dream Balloon because
Yes, I love
she's a
that
very
album.
sensitive person, and her favorite band is the Beatles. So I'm like,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Paper
Yeah, that's
Mache
probably the best
sounds,
one.
yeah, and like that album I like because it kind of sounds like a cross between the Beatles and Jethro Tull. Um,
Mm.
and yeah, anyway, that's my whole thing with that. But uh, but yeah, I could see how Planet B might not be the best one to
Yeah, probably not.
yeah, it's like a little. I mean, it's a great song and everything, but it's like yeah, it goes pretty hard. It's a little doomy and gloomy.
Yeah, pretty.
But
Yeah,
yeah, but that's why they also have "Am I in Heaven?" Because then you can
yeah,
because then
that's
it's
a good
great
one.
because like once you've died, that's the next step. So it's I don't know, something with that. But uh yeah, it's not easy to get like I don't know, I shouldn't project. Most of my friends don't really care about music. Uh so
Mm,
like I'm used to that
yeah,
just like not having them reciprocate my musical tastes. Um
yeah.
but like what are your friends about? Like are they musicians at all or
Uh, well, me and my friends from school this year, we're trying to start up a band. Um, for like next year, we haven't really thought anything out concretely yet. It's kind of just still the idea in, yeah, just an idea. But we're hoping to start some stuff together at school and then make some music. Hopefully,
nice.
yeah.
So what do you play?
Guitar, electric.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fucking sick, man. How long you been playing?
I've been playing for a long time, like since. Well, not really. I only just started getting back into it since listening to Giz. So pretty much just this year I've been focusing on it properly. But I've been playing for like 5 years on and off, but mostly off. So like I kind of pick it up for a month and then not touch it for the rest of the year and then kind of pick it up. So it doesn't really count as 5 years, but
Yeah. No, it doesn't. But
yeah. Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good that you're just picking it back up.
Yeah.
Because like I've had some friends like they once tried guitar, they bought a guitar and then they played it for maybe 2 weeks and then quit and never picked it up again. So it's like
Yeah.
at least you have some constant inspiration now. Uh,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah,
Also, another one of my friends, he because another artist that I really love, like King Giz and The Weeknd. Do you know The Weeknd? You
yeah,
probably
yeah,
know who he is.
yeah.
Him and
I'm
King Giz are like the top two artists that I love. And my friend, he's like an artist. Like he made an album recently or a mixtape that he put on SoundCloud, and he has like some guitar parts in it. And he said when like the coronavirus shit fucks off, that he wants to start doing live shows, and he'd get me to like perform the guitar parts with him on stage
Oh, nice.
while he's rapping. So yeah, that'd be pretty cool if that ever happens.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've always really liked those. Like I'm not that familiar with rap or hip hop or anything, but I do
yeah,
like when they incorporate, um, like actual instruments into the
guitars. Yeah,
yeah, like guitars in the into whatever songs they're doing.
mm,
Um, yeah, it's some cool stuff. Since I do like the guitar players for that, even though they're not always playing something, like whenever they
mm,
do play, it's like it's fucking sick. Um,
yeah,
and like, yeah, I that's just something that I've always wanted to do. So that's fucking cool. You
mm.
potentially got an opportunity there. Um,
Yeah. I really hope it actually happens. Yeah,
yeah, man. Um, so what's the quarantine situation like in
for me,
In Sydney right now? Yeah, I mean, because like you
um,
mentioned an hour ago, you were on the bus. I'm just like, you guys
yeah,
have transportation. what's
yeah. The schools have just started going back. I think because I go to a private school, and we went back like a couple weeks ago, actually. Like I think
holy shit.
a week and a half ago, and public schools are going back fully on Monday, I think, next week.
Huh.
But yeah, it's been kind of crazy because I work at Woolworths, which is like a Walmart kind of.
Yeah.
Like in Sydney, and it's been fucking crazy. Like it half the store was empty for a bit, and then like only recently it started to come back to like some form of normality. So
I mean, yeah, that's nuts. Like I mean, I think Australia has it a little better under control than the United States does.
Yeah, just a bit.
I mean, yeah, just a fucking smidge. But yeah, like my buddy was having a barbecue today, and he invited me to come over, and I was like, yeah, I'll be over. And then like this morning I woke up and I was just like, I'm not fucking going. Like I, you know, like it's way too soon, I think, for us to like start resuming normal life. And
yeah.
And like now I just realized, like, by the time that this episode comes out, it'll be about a month from today. So
Okay.
yeah, so like June 20th is when this will come out.
Okay.
So hopefully this doesn't really apply to us, or maybe this will be a reminder of better times. Who knows?
Yeah.
just like yeah, I don't think it's safe. I'll stay in and watch me be right. I hope I'm wrong, but just for my own fucking amusement, this is sort of a time capsule episode. But I don't know. Anyway, man. Yeah. So you mentioned earlier that you're a big fan of the Chili Peppers, Nirvana, Foo Fighters, and stuff. Like, how long? Like when did you get into them?
When I was like 13, 14, I had like this stage of like rock. I kind of moved on from. I still love like listening to Red Hot Chili Peppers. Like I always chuck on some of their songs, and Nirvana. But primarily it was when I was like 14, 15. I used to listen to that. So I still did definitely listen to them though. So,
yeah. I mean, yeah, like that was shit that I mean, I grew up listening to that. I wasn't alive when Nirvana when Nirvana was around, but yeah, that's it's interesting though, because like I mean, do you remember, you know, how you first discovered those bands? Like, was it just radio play, or do your parents listen to them? Or
no, it was kind of friends from school, I think. I don't even know. I have no idea. I just started listening to them. So yeah, I think it was.
It's interesting how people discover new music. It's like that's just
it's
something
really fucking weird.
Yeah, it's something that always fascinates me, because like I remember exactly where I was. Like the first time I listened to Nevermind all the way through. Like,
oh yeah,
you know, like I fucking remember exactly where I was, and but you know, then there are other bands that I've gotten into, like the Black Angels. They're another psychedelic rock band. They've been around since like 2004, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean they're great. And I first heard of them when I just heard them playing on a over the stereo at a sushi restaurant that I was at, and I was like, whoa, this is sick. And you know, so then I got Shazam out and just got that. And then yeah, like I still listen to them. It's so fucking weird, just you know, just the sonic experience of life, you know. But yeah. So with the music that so like when you play guitar, what kind of stuff are you usually messing around with?
As in like what styles of rock?
Yeah, I mean, just like what kind of stuff have you been playing? Like, do you write your own stuff, or?
I've been like kind of writing my own stuff. It's kind of. Have you heard of the Chats? They're another Australian band. Yeah, it's kind of like a mix between the Chats, Psychedelic Porn Crumpets, and Giz. kind of. It's
Fuck
what
yeah.
the type of shit that I've been trying to write. So yeah.
That's
I
cool.
also
No, go ahead.
some of my friends, they've kind of created a name for our band, but I don't know if it's actually going to be that yet. But it's a bit wacky.
What you got?
But
Ah, shit, your video froze for a second. Did he say it just now?
yeah, it's Communist Tuesday.
Yeah.
I don't know how that came off. But, yeah.
No, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that no, it totally is. That's like a very Australian band name.
Yeah.
No, that's oh god, I fucking love all that shit. Like, so like in addition to doing podcasts and like playing music and stuff, I'm also a comedian. Like when we're allowed to have society and stuff, and
yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, like I haven't performed in 2 months now, and
wow.
And like I already know that like my entire act is irrelevant, but so like I just got to rewrite everything. But I used to have this bit that was about the Australian usage of the word cunt and just how you guys totally incorporate it into your society, and like that's why I think that's why you guys are so much happier than Americans who take all that shit so personally and are real cunts about the whole thing. So it's
that's my favorite word.
Yeah, it's great. It's like because it's a word that everybody says is supposed to be so offensive, and then it's just like it only is if you let it. You know,
I feel like it depends on the word that you put in front of it. Like at work, like if I see one of my workmates, I'll be like, "Oi, sup, cunt!" Like, how's it going? And then
exactly.
I'll be like, "Oh, you're a sick cunt." Like that means they're good. Like sick cunt is good. And if I say, "Oh, that dude over there, he's such a shit cunt," like if you put shit in front of it, it makes it bad. So yeah. I was actually wondering, like, before I was like today at school, I was like, "Oh, am I going to be able to say cunt like on the podcast, or is he going to get like offended?" Because
dude, it's. I wish I was Australian because like. I mean, not just so I can use that word, because basically, like, I think you guys just have a way better quality of life, and you're really into traveling. But it's, I mean, that's just something I've noticed about Australians. Is like, you guys travel everywhere, and it's like it doesn't matter to you that you're broke. It's just like my favorite fucking thing, and but. Maybe you're not, but like a lot of Australian travelers that I meet in the U.S. are just like they're slumming it hardcore, and it's the coolest shit because they just like don't give a fuck. And but yeah, I forget where I was going.
Have you ever been to Australia?
No, I really want to go, and yeah, so I'm hoping I can save up enough, with just since I'm not going anywhere with this pandemic. So yeah, maybe I'll take a vacation after this.
Yeah, you have to come when there's a Giz show, so you can come and see Giz in Australia.
Oh yeah, I mean, any Australian trip that I make a plan for, like I will make sure to look at the at the Giz tour dates.
Yeah.
And I mean, shit, like I'd want to see a bunch of the other like a bunch of the local scene as well. Bands that haven't gotten recognized or anything. Because like I have a feeling that it's probably booming. Like if you have so many good Australian bands that are on the up and up, like I have a feeling
if you go a bit further, then you'll find even better ones.
I think there's just a ton of I just think it's a really good scene right now in Australia, and like
100%.
I want to check it out. But yeah, let's see. I think we'll wrap this up pretty soon.
Okay.
But yeah, I just wanted to ask you if you're familiar with the with some of the teasers that have been coming out about the new album.
Yeah, I saw on their Instagram they said like something. They put a post and said we're making some. Oh, I don't know what it was, but I saw there was something on their Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
So
I mean, it seems like, I mean, there are a whole bunch of rumors swirling around, and like, who knows? Maybe by the time this comes out, like, we'll have gotten a single.
yeah.
Maybe they'll release something. But uh, do you have any predictions or guesses, wild fantasies about what they're about to release?
Release.
Yeah.
Yes. I reckon. Well, this is what I think they should release, like a microtonal thrash metal album, like Infest the Rat's Nest with flying microtonal banana, like in one. I reckon that'd be fucking sick.
Oh fucking Christ! Yeah, I
Imagine that.
like. Oh, dude, I'm picturing that right now. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's sort of what like All Is Known was.
Yeah, yeah.
With that song is like headed to, I think.
So I feel like there could be an idea there in Stu's head
Yeah.
about. So yeah.
I mean, even if it's just like a one-off or something for a song, like just.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Imagine like because it was like, from what I've, something that other people have said, or maybe it's just one other person, I forget, but they were saying that what they think it's going to be is a volume 2 of like Flying Microtonal Banana, and that it'll also be polymetric, like
Wow.
Polygon Land.
Yeah.
And that also sounds sick. But if they can
Anything
do like,
Giz sounds sick.
yeah, but you know how like at the end of Fishing for Fishies they put Psy Boogie, and I guess like Acarine just before that.
Yeah.
Those are sort of like, those are two very different sounds from the rest of that album. And and I like that they did that, because it sort of set a precedent, I think, for them to do some sort of like one-off, like maybe they do at the, to finish up this next album, just do a microtonal thrash song. Like that would be fucking insane, especially if then that was like gonna segue to the next album or something. But like now we're just spitballing and getting like fucking nuts with this. So I want to save some excitement for when it actually does come out. Whenever that is. But yeah, man. Is there do you have any projects online that you want people to check out yet, or is that stuff? Is that something that's down the line? Yeah.
Well, I haven't released anything, but my friend, I don't know if the people who listen to Giz would really like his music, because it's more like dark R&B, hip hop kind of. It's kind of weird. I've never heard any music like this before in my life.
Yeah, I mean, but like what were we all saying about King Gizzard when we first heard them? Like, haven't really heard anything quite like this. So
yeah. His SoundCloud is Chalant, which is CHALANT, and it's he just released a mixtape called, what's it called? Oh, Before I Say Goodnight. It's actually fucking sick. Like, I love it. So,
I'm definitely gonna check it out, and I think anybody else watching or listening to this would probably also be interested. Like, yeah, fucking dark R&B. Hell yeah,
It's kind of like the Weeknd-esque mixed with like, I don't know. I don't even know. It's kind of like a fucking mindfuck of just sound, but it sounds good. So yeah,
Mindfuck of Sound. I like it.
Like mind fuzz of sound, but this is a mindfuck of sound. So
hell yeah.
Yeah,
dude, I appreciate your time, man. Thanks so much for coming on the pod, and be well. Don't be a shit cunt.
I'll be a sick cunt.
All right, later, man.
See you, man. Have a good one.